In today's episode, I'm thrilled to be sitting down and talking to best-selling author Wells Jones. We'll be diving into his journey with solo traveling and what shaped his writing and the powerful message behind the book, A Line in the Sand, that he co-wrote with Miles Spencer. Sit back, I hope you enjoy. Let's get into it. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the new episode of My Solo Chronicles. And today I'm so excited because I have such a very special guest with me. I've been waiting to do this episode. Oh my gosh. He's like a jack of all trades. Best-selling author, actor, producer, writer, travel adventurist. And it's none other than Wells Jones. Welcome.
Oh, April, that's very kind of you to say all that. We'll see if it holds up after the recording. Okay.
I think it will.
I'll be good. Do as best I can. Do the right thing.
You're gonna do awesome.
Okay. Wow. Because it really got me to thinking. When was my first solo? What can be the beginning?
Right.
And April. I think I was 12.
Wow.
Between 12 and 13.
Okay.
And I'm from a large family. It's a military family.
Okay.
And I have older twin sisters.
Okay.
I had another born on my first birthday.
Oh, wow.
And then
Okay.
there's another set of twins 2 years later. So there's 6 children within 6 years of age.
Wow.
The house was always very active.
Right.
My mother said she had many, many years of children in diapers.
Right.
And now, I get it.
Yeah.
I went through this stage, the next one went through that stage.
Right.
And they always came in twos. Anyway, unfortunately, my father passed on after we had moved to Vermont.
Okay.
From South Carolina, where I started school. My whole family started school. I was in 4th grade.
Okay.
When we moved, and 5th grade, going to my 6th when my father passed on.
Okay.
And I have some fond memories. One of the fondest memories of him is in South Carolina. He was an Army captain. He was a general's aide. And he was in Korea.
Okay.
And he had an Army backpack knapsack.
Right.
That we were going out. He said, "Let's go collect kindling." And I was like, I was little. I was young. I was probably 6.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
About. And he said, "Would you like to wear this?" I'm 4 feet tall, and the backpack was 3 feet.
Oh my gosh.
That's like on my back. It was hitting the back of my leg, way low.
Oh.
Anyway, we went for a walk in the woods.
Okay.
And at one point, I got so excited, I just started running. Son, whoa, son, never run in the woods.
Oh.
And I must have looked perplexed, and he said, "You could trip."
Oh.
I said, I won't trip, Dad.
Oh.
Anyway, speed way ahead. We're in Vermont. We're on this beautiful, it's a very old house, very large. There's 40 acres of land. There's a river. We're in a valley. Across the river is a mountain that goes up.
Okay.
And up above the house on the other side was another mountain. Well,
lots of mountains.
It was, not high mountains, but they're beautiful. A lot of green, a lot of maple trees and evergreens. And so I was pretty excited. I think it was either fall or it was school was out. So it was just the beginning of summer, I would say.
Okay.
And I was very excited. I was 12 years old. I was almost 13.
Okay.
Big age,
Big 1-3.
Yeah. And I said, I want to go camping. I want to go hiking.
Okay.
And it was like, where's Dad's backpack? Where's that rucksack?
Yeah.
I found it, got it out. I mean, I hadn't seen it. I hadn't even thought about it.
Right.
And it was in the barn. It was a part of all of these other things. And so I went to my mom and said, "Mom, I'm going to go camping up above the Mills's house." There's only 4 houses in the area.
Right.
Mills across the road.
Okay.
Ollie's were over on the right.
Okay.
And down below next to us is another house, and no other houses for 2 miles in that direction, and probably 15, and just rural.
Right.
And said, I'm going to go above the Mills' house, and I'm going to camp out. She said, "Are?" I said, "Yes, ma'am." And I'm using Dad's backpack, rucksack. And she said, "Okay, do you have what you need?" I said, "I don't know." I'm going to find out. Yeah. And so I started putting things together. Okay. And it was a first time, before you travel, you have to pack.
Exactly.
You pack where you're going.
Right.
And you learn. And this is my first round, so
your first time.
And I wasn't even a teenager yet.
Right.
So it had to do, okay, what am I going for? And it really was, what do I want to do when I'm there?
Right.
And where there is, I had no idea where that would be, except it would be away from the house. Running away, but it would be away from the house. Okay. And it would be in the woods. I would be alone. Right. And I wanted to see if I could do it. If I could just spend a night. Yeah. Maybe two. Wow.
Okay.
And so I said, "You want to read? You just got this book." It was, I don't know why. The book was The Rise and Fall of the Third Reich. It's would be 3.5 inches thick.
Okay.
Louis Nizer.
Okay.
And it was about the Germans, and I had seen, some things or heard some things, and I wanted to know about these people. I didn't really know. I didn't, even at 13 back then, because this is the 60s. People are more aware today at 13 than I was.
That is true.
We didn't have, we had Encyclopedia Britannicas, and who wants to go through those?
Especially now. Especially now.
And so I came up with like 5 books I wanted to take. Okay. My mother kept saying, "You got to read Call of the Wild." And I used to say, "I don't want to read Call of the Wild. I want to go."
Right. You want to go into the wild.
Read it first. I said, "Okay, Mom says I should do this." And this book I just got in the mail because I actually paid for it from Mowing Lawns.
Wow.
Okay. And it arrived, and I thought, this is. It was so big. It's like reading War and Peace. It's big books.
Right.
So I had a stack of books. I said, "Okay, what else do I need?" You're really going to need food. Mom, can I take some extra food out of the refrigerator?
Right.
And what do you need? And I said, I thought I'd take a couple of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Right. For 1 or 2 nights, they're going to come in handy.
Yeah, what about the days? What about the mornings?
Exactly.
And I thought, you need to have water. Take some milk. I can't take milk. Right. So I figured out, I found a, what do you call them? Just a...
Not the thermos?
It was like a thermos.
Oh, right. Okay.
It was my father's... There's a name for it, and I can't even remember.
It's not the water canister?
Yeah, it's something else, but it's something that always rings true, that it's a military...
Oh.
Anyway, so I had that, and I had the belt. I had that, and I had the backpack. And then I said, well, I need some... And I went to my mom. I said, I need some blankets. She said, well, what are you going to put them down on top of? I was going... I hadn't thought I can use the canvas.
Right.
Tarp.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So now, you may use these 2 blankets.
Okay.
So I had the canvas, I had the blankets, I had 5 books, I had food, I had water, and I said, what about clothes? Oh, just what I have. I'm fine.
Wow.
And I loaded these things into the rucksack.
Okay.
And I put it on my back. It made me bend over backwards. It was so heavy.
It was almost like you were moving out.
It was so heavy. Right. And I remember the first one, at least it didn't, but it still came down around my tail end. Okay. Not because I wasn't a full-grown guy.
You're right. He was only 13.
It was the most uncomfortable thing. And then I had to walk up the hill. So I said, well, just just walk up to the road and see how it is.
Right.
So I put it on. I mean, when I put it on, I was leaning and had the wall. It was totally out of balance.
Yeah.
Because I ended up putting 2 gallons of water, so I'm going to need a lot of water.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
And so for me, at 12 years old, I was almost 13.
Yeah.
It was like unbelievable. So I walked up and I said, I can't do this. Wow. So I came back down and I said, I'm not going to go today. I'm going to go tomorrow.
Okay.
That was from the first time I mentioned it. It had been a week.
Okay.
And I said, I'm going to leave on Saturday, or I'm going to leave on Friday, spend Friday night and Saturday night and come back.
All right.
That was the plan. Okay, leave Saturday night, come back Sunday. Right. And that's good enough. That'll,
that's good. It's good.
April. It was so heavy.
Yeah.
And I pushed it back. My brother that was born on my first birthday is going, Kim, he's going, what are you doing? You can't even stand up straight. You're going to go up above the noses?
Right.
Yes.
Wow.
And I what did I have? I had a pocket knife.
Okay.
I had a flashlight. I had things. Brought matches, but I thought I probably shouldn't do a fire.
Right.
But if I do, I'll do a fire.
Okay.
And I have water. I can always put it out. I mean, we don't want to spread.
Okay.
Well, I went from the sunshine.
Okay.
And immediately went into absolute dense.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Forest.
Right.
And I walked probably 20 minutes, half an hour above the Mills's house.
Okay.
And they said, they said to me, up there, there's a cabin. and these are Vermonters. And there's a hunter's cabin up there. You could go up there, go up above it, and there's a little meadow, and you can find yourself a place just to rest,
Right.
So people knew where I was going. So
right.
That was the first thing that was smart.
Safety first.
April, I got stuck. I was trying to walk around trees that are so close, evergreen trees.
Okay.
And I just got in a thicket.
Wow.
And I was just, and I said, go back. And I did, and I tried to go and just go around, go back and go around.
Okay.
And I couldn't. And so I said, go forward. Well, I got out, and there was a cabin.
Okay.
And there was a man, a hunter. He goes, what you doing there, boy?
Yeah.
I said, hello, I'm going to camp out.
Okay.
I'm just going for a hike. Well, I can see you got it on your back there. And I said, yes, sir. Yes, sir. He said, well, I want to tell you, there's bear up here.
Oh.
A couple of days up here.
Okay.
You sure you want to do this? And for me as a kid, I was like,
I would have turned around the minute he mentioned the word bear.
He said, yes, sir. So you might want to think about it.
Oh, my gosh.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
And military family, everything was yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Exactly.
And so I ended up turning around, feeling a little defeated.
Okay.
But it was my first outing, solo outing, to try and do something on my own.
Okay.
And to be self-sufficient and to be independent and to be strong. Right. And I found out how frightened I actually got, not because of what he said, but even before that, as I got into it was thicker and thicker. I mean, I almost needed a flashlight during the day. And there was no way of seeing where I was, where the sun was.
Right.
It was so thick.
Oh, wow.
And that man saying that about the bear, it was like, I'm out of my depth.
Yeah. Do you think, like, because of that pretty much shaped how you would eventually later, as you became an adult, would travel solo? Do you think just that experience shaped how?
Absolutely. It does. And how did it shape? It had being knowing where you're going.
True.
You can't know everything, because until you're in the moment, in the space, or in the place, whether it's, and I've been from Antarctica to major cities around the world to the Middle East, and been solo in places, even recently in Havana, Cuba, as an adult. I mean, that was just a couple weeks ago, solo. It's being knowledgeable, having information about it. You know, I'm not Lewis and Clark, which I loved the concept of those people and the whole concept of pilgrims, not pilgrims, but the pioneers that went across the country. To me, you know, I don't know what year the movie Jeremiah Johnson came out with Robert Redford, quite a long time ago. I may have seen it, or maybe it was afterwards, that it reminded me of, again, going to the woods. The Last of the Mohegans with Daniel Day-Lewis.
Oh, great movie too.
And the Indians and the Native Americans and the tribes and the viciousness between tribes and people, the white man and Native Americans, and just, but it was the rawness of not only the area, but of the knowledge that I enjoyed knowing a certain amount and curious enough to want to know more.
And you know, it's funny you say that, because I know when we first talked, I love that the story you told about, I think you said you were about 15, and just the knowledge of wanting to go out there and just travel, and the nugget that your mom said to you. I thought that was just the most adorable story, but I love how what she said to you. Can you explain?
Sure. It was very impactful. Well, there again, that was a solo journey into the unknown. I was selected. Where I grew up, I explained, it was a big farmhouse. There was 40 acres of land that was flat. Our property line went into the middle of the river, in the mountain here, in the mountain above the Mills' house, where I lost myself and then came back out. I was selected, and so there were 5 towns were feeding the school system. The high school was a union high school. My graduating class was 31. So it's very rural. And so you had the Websters were from the Smiths, and the Youngs were from another area, the Adams. And it's just like, these are families that have been living there for generations. And farmers. You know. And so anyway, I was selected at 15 to go to a camp in Montana. And the camp was called Encampment for Citizenship. It's an international camp that brought high school thought leaders. Now, I was in high school. I was 15. At the camp, I was the youngest one there. Most people were 17, 18 years old. And they were from all over the world. A lot from New York. A lot from Long Island, from Harlem, Spanish Harlem. So there were all these different cultures: Puerto Rican, African American, Jews, from Israel, Israel, and such a wonderful mix. Sweden, England, Australia, and so we came together. And going solo to New York City, I was dropped off by the Mills, Jim Mills, who got married to my sister, Robin. They felt, that was amazing. Anyway, Jim drove to New York City, and it's the unknown again. And of course, the encampment sent the list of what you should bring to the camp. It's like going to a summer camp, but I'd never been to a summer camp. This wasn't like just going to a lake and,
just hanging out with friends.
That you saw last year. This is you're going to go to New York and you're going to get on a bus with other campers that have flown in or are from New York City. And you're going to go across the country to Great Falls, Montana. On Greyhound, 2 buses.
That's what you call a trip.
It was a trip, and that's solo. And so what are the things? I mean, it's just I found that I was curious. I was alert, and I was just saw all these different personalities.
Right, right.
Tell.
Yeah.
I mean, oh man. And I made the most amazing friends.
Right, right.
Particularly with Charles Lewis. Charles Lewis was from 110 Central Park North.
Wow.
Right at the beginning of Harlem.
Yes.
And he was the smoothest, coolest, beautiful guy. And he was so calm and so, his laughter.
Okay.
And he was almost like the fulcrum points. People were just gravitated to this guy, but he paid no attention. He just was right. And he was a photographer. And he liked me.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was the first time of being with people. There were other areas that were intelligent, and they had something to say.
Yes.
And something aggressive.
Okay.
You know, I can't think of his name, and I knew it for so long. The Puerto Rican guy, and he wore a leather hat.
Okay.
And this is all the time of hippies. This is like,
okay.
You know, and guys wearing vests with no shirts and being tanned, and you know, it was just bell bottoms.
Yeah.
When this group landed in Great Falls, Montana, and we walked the street, you go by a barbershop, and the guys in the barbershop were like,
they're looking like, what is going on here?
Come here, we'll take care of you.
We're going to cut all that long hair.
And so I just learned about people. And that sense of curiosity, and that was at 15, and that sense of the love, just saying, like, listen to how they talk. I mean, just the different voices.
Yeah.
The accents. Hey, what you talking about, man? Yeah. What do you mean? Yeah. You been doing this thing? Don't, you're a white boy, huh?
Yeah.
I'm going, Oscar was his name.
Oscar was a character?
Yes. And then he would go, hey, man. And he's looking up at me.
Yeah.
I'm 15.
Okay.
We're about eyeball to eyeball. I wasn't fully grown. I'm 6'3", but I was.
Right.
Just go ahead, man. I'm just messing with you.
Wow.
Okay.
That is awesome.
So figuring out what that means. The messing. You know? And then people realized that, I mean, no one took me under their wing because I was totally independent. But it was still, I stood out like everyone stood out. Each individual did.
Right,
you know?
right.
Be able to talk with Talia Rappaport and the other, she was from Israel.
Okay.
And in Tel Aviv.
Okay.
And there was a guy from Tel Aviv.
Okay.
They were so bright. Wow. And the guy from Tel Aviv was the mayor of Tel Aviv's son. And we go, what is this? And this guy wore horn-rimmed glasses, and he stood straight. I mean, he was just like, just seeing people and how they talk. And it's like this kaleidoscope of cultures.
It's like the whole world just opened up.
It was opened.
Yeah.
So I come home. I've been in school since 4th grade.
Okay.
I'm probably sophomore year.
Okay.
That year, or junior year maybe. Junior.
Okay.
Probably junior. And school started, and I went to my mom, and I just said, this is crazy. I don't think anything like these people. And these are people, none of these people think like the people I just came from over the summer.
Right.
And some people said, hey, where have you been? Where have you been?
Right.
I said, I went to I went to the Encampment for Citizenship.
Okay.
In Great Montana. Where's that? Well, it's west. And it was, what was that like?
Right.
Oh, it was incredible. And they just like, not interested. And so I went to my mom and said, I'm leaving. I'm getting out of here, Mom.
Right.
I cannot anymore.
Right.
This is crazy.
Right.
I have friends.
Right.
They're not from here. You know, they don't think this way. And she said, no, hold on. What do you mean?
Right.
I mean, I don't want to be here. I can't deal with this.
Right.
If you can't learn to handle where you are right now, in the moment, right now, and stop commenting on it, but engage with it.
Wow.
No business putting a foot forward.
Wow.
Your friends will always be, your friends will be there.
Right.
And you can visit them. You live here and you're not leaving. I mean, this is the expanded version. You're not leaving this family.
Right.
Go hang to be with someone else.
Right.
Because this is where you are.
Yeah.
Until you are tapped or until you are asked, you will know.
Right.
And so get the best out of where you are. No matter where you are. Do not run away.
I so love that because, I mean, even now, I always say you can't appreciate somewhere different, somewhere new, until you appreciate exactly where you're at.
Beautifully put.
And it was just, when you brung that up the first time we talked, it stuck with me. And I actually shared that with somebody else and it made them think. Because it's just like, if you're not immersed in where you're at now, how are you going to go visit another country, another city, and get immersed?
What are you giving them? You're still the same person. Your thinking is the same. Because you look across the fence and say, well, it's greener. There's so many metaphors in all of this. See the green, see the good of where you are.
Exactly.
Which will tell you where you want to be, where you want to go.
Exactly.
And so that was huge. That from my mother.
Okay.
In a sense of learning how to adapt. It's a big thing. Because when you go to different places, there's a level of adapting to it.
True.
And accepting where you are. Or you're at odds. And you're sending mixed messages.
Exactly.
But if you can learn to accept whatever is happening with the people and their story.
Exactly. That's the big thing.
Then you're advancing.
Exactly.
I believe, because it's about humanity.
See you in the next episode, my moonbeams, as I continue my discussion with author Wells Jones. As I always say, have a great rest of the day. Bye.